Tottenham Arsenal was a massive thing back down in London, and they gave me an awful lot of stick when I hadn't won anything. So to keep scoring goals against them gives me great pleasure.
Neville, Sheringham, 15 behind. Grimaldi has done and punished Arsenal. Manchester United get one. Sheringham! He's got another one!
What will United make of that? Roy Keane looking for gigs.
And then, I still carried on and scored goals for Forest against them, and I scored 1 or 2 for Tottenham as well, so it's nice to carry on. It is a big game, and the big games do tend to bring a bit more out of you, but you at this club you have to approach every game as it's a cup final, because that's the way other teams approach it with you.
Kuzmichev has fed Bodnar, and here's a great chance for Demetratse! Oh, that's the moment when he had Manchester United's Champions League future at his mercy, and George Demetratse blew it.
We knew it was going to be a difficult game. It's been well documented that we're winning 1-0, and things are getting very restless in the stadium and with ourselves as well. Because we know it's not going to be easy. You're playing against top quality teams, but we were winning 1-0, and things, we were that apprehensive. It was as if we were losing 1-0. How quiet it went. But we can all fully understand that, because it was a worrying time, that that one little chance, and if they take their chance, you're out of the competition, and that was what nearly happened. So we were quite relieved when the game was over. You don't really know what it's like until you've actually played. I mean, he said to me, you'll really find it difficult when you realise what it's like playing for Man United, and I was like, yeah. And I'm sure everybody's the same when they first come here, but it's truly an experience to play for Man United, because when people pick up their fixture list, Man United are still trying to win, but other teams would be quite happy to settle for a draw. So you have to be at the peak of your game, not only every week, but for 90 minutes every week. The thought was there, but my main thoughts were staying at Manchester United, and all I was hoping for was, from the manager's point of view, to come and tell me that he wanted me to stay, and that's what he eventually did. Whatever money you're on in the Premier League, it's going to be good money now, so that wasn't the main incentive. It was never the money situation, it was more that the manager wanted me to stay. Simple as that, really. Didn't give me any guarantees at all. He just said to me that I want you to stay. There's a lot of games in every season. We were back in the FA Cup again this year, so, what do you think? And just him telling me that he wanted me to stay was enough for me. Well, we've started very well. We're at the top of the league, and it's just to play, let alone a few chances to score as well, so things ain't so bad. Obviously you have to adapt to certain players, but that's the quality of having 4 top strikers at the club, and you can all chop and change and adapt to each other's game. Well, they can all score goals, can't they? That's their main attributes, and different players have different. Coley and Ollie play more forward and on the last defender, whereas Yorkie plays very similar to what I do, but can play a different role as well when I'm in the team. So they've all got their different strengths in different ways. I mean, they're top quality players, and I mean, if any one of them went to a different club, they'd be in, week out. It's only that the manager here has a different situation of a rotation system that we all seem to get games. Well, I think people have said, we've got an easier group again because they're not big names as such, and now we're easily going to get through to the quarterfinals. But that's not the situation in Europe. You're playing against top quality teams, and unless you're really up for them, there is a problem that you could come unstuck. And the year we won it, we played against Bayern Munich and Barcelona in the first phase, and we got through well. And we had some great results, and people were happy with that. But it's just because they're not massive names, it doesn't mean to say they're going to be any easier. The whole 10 days leading up to winning the treble were just amazing. You know, if we'd have won the European Cup on its own, it would have been amazing. But to crown it as the treble was really a special moment in all our careers, and I don't think it'll ever be repeated again. But to win the European Cup would be a great feat again, anyway. And when the ball got headed out, when Yorkie headed it back, I think it was, I knew that there was a player on the line, so I didn't have to come out. Although by the time the ball reached me, he had come out. But you know instinctively, and I did have to check. I did have to, while I was running away to celebrate, I did have to check to make sure the linesman did keep his flag down, because you never know. Maybe instinctively I came off the ball when I saw that the goalkeeper wasn't moving, you know, and just had to cut the ball in the corner. It wasn't the greatest of strikes, but they all count.